April, hold on. It seems like you're hell-bent on trying to make sure that whatever image you want to tell about this White House stays, because at the end of let me answer. I understand. Okay, but you know what? You're asking me a question, and I'm going to answer it, which is the president. I'm sorry. Please stop shaking your head again.
What I don't like about Washington is people do not let you know how they feel. They're very nice to your face, and then they take a shiv or a machete and they stab it in your back. I don't like it. Okay, I'm a Wall Street guy, and I'm more of a front-stabbing person, and I'd rather tell people directly how I feel about them than this sort of nonsense.
You're inflaming everybody right here and right now with those words. This administration has done that as well. Why in the name of heavens? Any one of us, right, are replaceable, and any one of us, if we don't get it right, the audience has the opportunity to turn the channel or not read us. You have been elected to serve for 4 years at least. There's no option other than that.
You are attacking our news organization. Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir? Sir, can you state, Mr. President-elect, can you state categorically, Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question? You're attacking us. Can you give us a question? Can you give us a question?
Can you give you a question? You are fake news.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, when you put them all together, the White House press secretary's job has been a revolving one from the start of the Trump administration, and plenty of people are actually watching this.
But is the public live briefing, are they really necessary? Well, according to former White House press secretary Sean Spicer, he says no. Eddie Scarry from the Washington Examiner, also author of the book Fraud and Fiction.
There we go.
Joining us right now here to weigh in on this one. I had it right. Eddie, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Do you believe Sean Spicer's onto something there?
I think what he was getting at when he said, I guess this was on C-SPAN, I guess, this weekend, where he said that the briefing is no longer relevant. What he was getting at is that his time in the White House is maybe not necessarily best spent putting together the briefing. I think there is still a purpose for the everyday briefing that's televised, where you have the reporters asking questions of White House officials. But at the same time, if they really do believe their time is better spent not every single day having a live press briefing, that may be the case. The other point he was making was that it's become a show, and that is largely true. The clip you were just showing, actually, of April Ryan doing her question and answer with him, she got a CNN contract out of that. This has become a career booster for so many journalists that's what he's getting at.
But do you really think the journalists are there to try to get the career boost out of it or turn it into a show? Or is it the fact that they're actually pushing back against what they deem as you know, false information, or just trying to get information?
Yeah, most of them are there to get information. The Washington Examiner, where I work, we certainly have reporters that are there to ask very relevant questions. However, I would challenge you or anybody else to name the last story that April Ryan broke that did not involve herself. And this goes for other people as well. But I will tell you, for example, April Ryan, she gets up there and she says, what's the administration's position on slavery? I mean, that's a question that's meant to provoke. It's meant to get her to show her on TV. That's what they mean when they say. I'm not speaking for her. I'm telling you what I saw.
Her intent is, though. I don't think that she's. I can't speak for her either. But I don't think. Do you really think it's some reporter's intent to be on TV asking questions?
Absolutely. Did she
promote
trip
themselves
into that CNN contract?
I don't know.
No, she has book deals. She gets TV contracts based on these things. And also the reporter you showed who works for a Maryland paper, but also Playboy magazine. He gives this long thing about you know, this spiel towards Sarah Sanders. I forget what the subject matter was, but he actually also ended up on CNN over and over and over again after that. So yes, it's absolutely a deal to get on TV.
There. I mean, we've seen reporters from MSNBC, CNN, and other stations push back against the White House official, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, or who else was there, and I don't think...
No, it's good to push back. It's good to probe for information. However, the issue is when it turned, and what Sean Spicer was saying, and I think wrong to say that we should get rid of the daily briefing or scale it back to that extent. But when it becomes this production, becomes a show about the reporter who gets into a confrontation, that is what he's getting at, and I think that is true.
I don't think people at home, I think one of the biggest problems we've run into, especially in this administration, is there are people in the media that actively work to try to engender sympathy from the public. Like, look how bad they're treating us. And my attitude is, go to your job, you know, get the answers you got to get, and leave it at that. But that said, I think when you get with, I'm trying to think of some examples here, you know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders pulling out the fake news line at CNN and that sort of thing. I mean, there is an adversarial relationship. I feel like it's been engendered on both sides here.
Of course. Yeah, there is an adversarial relationship. I think when it would just specifically talking about the press briefing, the problem you're running into is again and again is reporters who turn their confrontation into a book deal, turn it into a TV contract. And is that the best use of their time? Is that the best use of the public's time? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Well, Eddie, we got to leave it at that.
We appreciate you coming in. Eddie Scarry from the Washington Examiner.